Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today we're taking a look at Battlbox Mission 118. That's December 2024, and this is everything all the way up to the Pro Plus box. So we're going to go through it and show you what's going on. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do the format on these, so for now I'm just going to do it this way, so this way everybody can see what's going on. So I'm going to pull all this stuff off, and we're going to go through it one by one. Between Basic, Advanced, Pro, and Pro Plus box. Alright, so hold on for one moment, please. Alright, so I'm going to start first with their little briefing book. So Mission Brief 118 by Battlbox. They sent this to me to review, and it's not a bad box. There's some things I don't like in it, but whatever I don't like is going to be Christmas present for somebody in 2 days, because Christmas is 2 days away. So obviously they have a much better look than I do, but it is what it is. So it says here, Merry Christmas, Battlebox family. December is here, and we hope you are looking forward to closing out 2024 with family, friends, and of course Battlebox. This past year has been amazing, and we all appreciate each and every one of you for the amazing year. 2025 is shaping up to be an epic year, and we look forward to sharing all the exciting news and products going forward. But that starts next month. Today, we break down Mission 118 together with a number of cool products to help you on your way to adventure and preparation. So let's turn the page and get on with Mission 118 of Battlbox, Current 1776. So each of the Battleboxes comes with these. They used to, a long time ago, you used to get Battlebox. It was just a little card. But, so, this is what's in the basic box. We have Mount Ops Electrolytes STM Variety Pack, Tactica EDC Mat, and a Tactical Silcock Key. So we're going to start with those three first. So let's take a look. Alright, so first on that list is the MTN, or Mountain Ops STM, means straight to mouth, I can't talk today, straight to mouth consumption. Electrolyte. Hydration boost, replenishment. You get 10 of each flavor. There's a blue raspberry, a lemon lime, and a fruity pink burst, which is kind of like a pixie stick flavor. So I've had these before. They're not bad. I mix mine with water, and you can do that. So there's 30 count in here, 4-gram packs. Net weight is 4.2 ounces or 120 grams. Here is the nutrition facts, because that's the important part. One pack, there's 30 in here in total. 10 calories, 90 milligrams of vitamin C, 20 milligrams of niacin, 70 milligrams of magnesium, 3 milligrams of zinc, 4 milligrams of manganese, chloride, which is usually found in salt anyway, 120 milligrams, sodium, 55 milligrams, and 205 milligrams of potassium. So the bottom three are your main electrolytes. Everything else is mostly for flavor. But you get 100% vitamin C. So if this is the end of the world, at least you're not going to get scurvy immediately. Zero sugar. Got vitamins and minerals. It's gluten-free and premium quality. So it says 1 serving or 1 pack of Mountain Ops Electrolyte STM. Either pour directly into mouth or mix with water and consume. Take for a fast and easy hydration boost to help you perform at your best. All right, so like everything else, especially when it comes to prepping, try to store it in a cool, dry place. Slight color change may occur over time from the natural flavoring. This is normal and does not change efficacy. I can never say that word. So or potency. All right. Of course, there's a general basic idea. If you're pregnant, nursing, or no medical condition, you should consult a physician first. All right. So this stuff's not too bad. I'm going to actually open this one up for you. And okay, one of my lights just died. Okay, we'll see how long that light lasts. I don't know why that just turned off randomly. So I'm going to open this up. We're just going to take a look at the packs. I'll go from there. Okay, so apparently that light is, the battery's now dead on that, so I'm just going to I have to deal with it some other way. So let me grab another light here. It's not the prettiest light, but at least there's some light here. All right. Don't know why I did that. Raise the top light up. So these are the little packs. It's the Fruity Pink Burst. There's the Lemon Lime. Let's see if I can find the other one. Of course, I'm not going to be able to when I need to. So, alright, so that's essentially what the size of the containers. Blue Raspberry, Fruity Pink Burst, and Lemon Lime. So these are actually pretty good. Do use them when I'm working out or doing manual labor, digging trenches, or, you know, moving dirt around, or rocks, or cutting trees down. So these aren't too bad. In my opinion, the Blue Raspberry is really good. The Fruity Pink Burst is a pixie stick flavor, and the Lemon Lime is a strong lime flavor. But I would do, if you don't think you can use these, send them to me, I'll take them. I'll put them in my my go bag. I keep a bag in the car for, well, if I need anything like tools or shelter or anything of that nature, bad weather. I keep a couple bottles of water that cycle through every month, so they don't get funky. And I have no problems leaving some electrolyte supplements in there. If you're hiking, in your hiking pack, if you're doing SARS or search and rescue, put them in there. If you're trying to get a Dodge or your bug out bag, put them in there. They'll come in very handy when you need them. So that's cool. That's cool. I can always use these. I actually buy a whole bunch of different brands because I like different flavors. And sometimes it's nice to not have the same flavor over and over again. So there you go. Let's see. So next up on this, we have the Tactica mat. We'll discuss this. So that is the Tactica mat. Wow, I cannot talk today. My apologies. So this is the EDC mat. It says feel the groove. So we're going to open this up. On the back here, you got 3 key and earphone catch trays, debossed map details, chamfered around all the edges. Designed in Australia, made in China. I guess everything's made in China nowadays. It's 185 grams. It's 280 by 215 by 3 millimeters. Let's take a look here. I'm not saying this is a bad product. I wouldn't have bought it. That's me. I don't need a mat for my stuff. I actually use a paper tray. It's got a felt bottom on it. So, alright, so here we go. Here's the Tactica tray. Looks really cool on the camera here, especially once the light gets into all the little grooves. So that has a kind of a cool reflection. I haven't seen anyone review that shows it's got that kind of reflection to it. So that's kind of cool. Let me move my light on top here. See if there's a, yeah. Definitely the top light does the best on that. So that is so that end is kind of cool. You get that cool reflection from certain angles. It's got a nice debossing. It's a grooved inwards. It also smells like rubber. Yeah, it definitely smells like rubber. So you have these 3 very thin, I don't know if I can capture that on camera here. They're almost perfectly flat. Almost. There's a little ridge there, but not much. It's got some cushioning. Flat on the back, you can actually see some of the bossing through it. So, what do I think of this? I personally would not have bought it, but I don't need something like this. So, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that have a good use for this. I mean, if they want to put their, if they want to put their knives on there, maybe if I show off when I finally do the review on this, maybe that'll be a nice background. That'd be kind of cool. But this didn't come with it. This is a Gerber knife. It's the one I'm currently testing. If you're dropping your phone on there, I don't know my wallet or keys over here, but I guess if you're putting something away on like your own wall, your dresser, or something of that nature, that'd be fine. It's also non-slip because I could drag it that way, but accidentally I can't actually move the whole background. This would be probably beneficial to somebody losing their sight. And unfortunately, it's a black color. If this was gray or white or something of that nature, it would probably be better. But if you have a specific place you need to leave your keys, maybe you have cataracts or eye surgery, just wear glasses all the time, and your room is dark and you're looking for your flashlight or something, and it's on the mat, you can tell where the mat is. It's got a very, very good feature, very good texture-wise. It's really nice. I don't think it would keep anything in place real well because this is maybe a millimeter, 1.5 mm deep. But other than that, it's not so bad. Again, it's not something I would buy. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably going to put it back in the package and give it away to somebody. I haven't decided yet. So that's number 2 that's in there. Number 3 is another item that I'm a little disappointed on, but not for what it is. Okay? So number 3 on the basic box is a tactical Silcock key. Now a Silcock key is for opening up those metal doors in front of like supermarkets and office buildings in order to be able to get to their water faucet that's outside. For their hose bib, they're usually locked up. So if you're in an urban environment and the poop hits the fan and you need to get water, you can use something like this. I normally just use a vice grip, but you can use something like this to open it up and then be able to get a hose or put a bottle underneath and be able to open up the faucet. So a Silcock key is great in an urban environment. If you're in a suburban, you might find it on some supermarkets out there. In a rural position, this is a really good tool to whack somebody in the head with from a distance. Almost like a Chinese star, but much more blunt and quite a bit heavier. So you have things like that. But why am I disappointed in this? I'm disappointed in this for 2 reasons. It's painted black, and there's no way to connect a lanyard or anything to this unless you decide to use paracord. Because it's black, it's called tactical. 2, I'm disappointed in the MSRP on this. This thing is $19. You can go to Home Depot or you can go to Lowe's and get one of these in silver for about $4. Current price. Now, I have a couple of these because I have one from Mission 28, which is a silver Silcock key. And back then it was $9. And it's still about the same price at Home Depot and Lowe's. So they haven't really gone up in price, but these have been given before. Now, some people have already complained about that in the reviews, that they've already received one before. But they also always have new members coming and going. So having an extra one is not a bad deal. I'm actually going to put this with my water purification stuff. With my water purification tabs and the Sawyer Mini Squeeze and the MSR exterior faucet filter, things of that nature. So this way, all my water stuff's in one place, at least for home, for shelter in place. I do have another kit which sits in a backpack somewhere that I could always put this with. I'm just going to have to wrap it in some paracord so I could find it. I'm against having tools that are black because if you drop them, especially at night or in the woods, then good luck finding it. There are other uses for this as well, other than just using it to mash somebody in the head with or throw it through a window for one reason or another. Of course, other than for getting water. These are also square drive, and you can use them with some tools and actually some hose clamps. I believe this one, I can't quite tell. I believe it's a small one here. We'll work on some hose clamps. Some of the Nissan hose clamps that the small one works on. Even though it's 4-sided and not 6, the way it grabs on the edge, it's a little bit of an emergency tool on that end. But that's it on that. So, black silcock key. So, Mission 28 was like 5 years ago. And if it's the, I don't know, since I started back in only the last 3 boxes, I think my last one was Mission, I want to say like 95. No, not even, I'm sorry. Maybe 30, 32, something in that range. I had them for a couple of years before I stopped because I couldn't afford it at the time. So if they only give one of these out every 5 years, I'm okay with that. So I don't like the MSRP on this because it really is a filler, and they paid like double the price of what they are for everything else, but for everywhere else that you can get one of these. So I'm disappointed in that. They could have gotten one that has a piece in the center here that you can put like a keychain or something on. They also have some where they have plugs on the side of one type that you can unscrew and then release it, so you can still have a different way of carrying it. Or they could have done it like elevator keys or something else. But this is, the tool itself is fine. The cost that they list it as is outrageous, and they call it tactical because it's black. That's my feeling on that. Right. So next step is the Advantage box. It's the Work Sharp Combo Knife Sharpener. Now I'm not going to take it out of the box, but Battlbox has given away quite a few workshop sharpeners, work sharp sharpeners. I have a hard time saying that. It's also 4:30 in the morning, and I have to be up for work in an hour. So this is an electric one, and it's got a belt. It only has a medium grit. I believe it's 120 grit or 190 grit. It's 120 grit. With automatic guides on there for all sorts of things. You can see here where they're sharpening a knife like that. Obviously you can't do the serration, but you can do the plain edge part of it. I personally sharpen my knives by hand. I have like 7 different stones and a bunch of foam sanding sponges that I do all sorts of work with. So I'm willing to try this, but normally I would not have bought it, because I'd rather do it manually. So let's take a look at the box next. I'm going to clean this up. Hold on, please. Alright, so let's take a look now. So here we got the Work Sharp Sharpener, Combo Knife Sharpener. Now, I've seen this at Lowe's, and I think Lowe's, I don't know if I've seen this at Home Depot, but Lowe's has got one similar to this, usually in the $100 range. And I don't remember what the MSRP on this one was, but they usually go for about $80 or $90. So here, there's some sharpening guides on the side. Sorry for the glare, for the light above it. You got honing guides, sharpening guides, shows you how to use the belt and the blade. It has 2 medium belts, which are 120 grit. So that's kind of cool. On the back here, you can see all this lovely stuff if you want to pause at any time. So you can see what's on the inside of the box here, or the back of the box. Sharpen every knife that you own: kitchen knife, serrated, hunting, pocket knife. Hunting is just effectively, it's a fixed blade knife. It says combines powered, flexible abrasive belt technology with a manual ceramic honing rods, sharpen pocket knives, hunting knives, serrated knives, kitchen knives, and more. Use precision sharpening and honing guides to get the perfect edge. Angle it every time. Make it very fast and easy. Restore a dull knife to perfect sharp as new. Edge with ease and repeatability. Okay, and some more information on the side there. So, what do I think of this? It's not bad. Worksharp is a major brand of sharpeners. I will use it. I will definitely use it a little bit. I still prefer doing it by hand. It's more of a therapy of sorts, where you could just spend time listening to maybe a little bit of music or wind, maybe leaves rustling, something of that nature, and just doing a nice, even sharpening with a stone. It's just something I like. But I will use this probably in the garage for like an axe or a karambit or something of that nature. And the reason I brought those two up is because there's been some complaints on the next item. So this is the Advantage box item, and then next up is going to be the Pro box, which is the Yankee Axe by Fox Italy, which is awesome in my opinion. And then we'll go to the Pro box, Pro Plus box, which is the Karambit. Yeah, I swear I cannot talk today. All right, let me push this out of the way. And here it comes in a cardboard box. Ooh, I gotta be careful because this underneath this is glass. All right, so this is Fox Knives. I am a huge fan of Fox Knives. I have one of my favorite fixed blade knives is the Lycosa, which is by Fox Knives. So, this is nice to some extent. Now there have been a whole lot of complaints on the forums on Facebook about the sheath. We're going to go over that, and the handle, and some other things. So let's take a nice look at this here. So it's a nice hatchet with a hickory handle, although you can see mine's got a little bit of tear out around the hole here, and it looks like it peeled apart a little bit, so I'll have to fix the handle. It's got the little leather strap if you want to use it. So, I mean, that fits that way, but I probably won't because I can't get my hand out. Most people are removing the strap because it's either not long enough or too long. In there is not bad. It definitely feels like it needs to get some linseed oil in there, make that nice. On the back here it says Fox Knives. Pardon my French if I said something wrong. Fox Knives, we make it sharp. Made in Italy. The sheath is really nice, but it's stiff. It is very, very stiff. You may need to take something like a leather conditioner and work on it, because some people are finding that when you take this off, which we're going to do right now, the people are noticing that the leather breaks. So some people are saying that it is breaking right there. Now, you see that little line there? I don't know if you can see that. That's the stitching on the back end. So it might be a weak spot, but if you get some leather conditioner and you work on this a little bit, it won't be so stiff, as if you decide to actually use it. It'll wear in, so hopefully it won't break then. It's not a guarantee, but it is a really nice looking sheath. You have some really nice hardware in here. Nice rivets. Stitching is okay. It's not super top of the line, but it is nice. So that's cool. Hold on, please. Sorry about that. So, doing a quick little research on this. The Pro Plus box. So the axe on Battlebox is $119.50. I couldn't tell you if that's a good value or not, but I do like Fox Knives. So, anyway, that is what it is. Some people are complaining that the axe is not razor sharp. An axe is not supposed to be razor sharp. Because once you hit the tree once, you're going to just roll the edge or break the tip. So you want it sharp, kind of like how you sharpen a lawnmower blade. Sharp enough. There's a little bit of a burr there. Sharp enough to do what needs to be done, but not in a way that it'll simply dull really quickly. Now, can't tell how they did that. It doesn't look like an etch, but I don't know. I would prefer a little bit better throat in here. I'm very picky about axes because I prefer an axe over a chainsaw. I do like that they used a round pipe or round piece to lock it in place. So they got a wedge and the round wedge, the round piece in there. So that's cool. I would have done a better job cleaning the top up, but it is what it is. Some people had noticed that there's this mark on the back of most of them. So some people say that it could be like a defect. I don't think it's a defect. I think it's how they held it on however it was produced. It looks like a small weld mark, like they had a metal rod connected to this back, maybe for tempering. I'm not sure, and they just didn't grind it off that well because it's up. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you here. So it's a raised bump there. It almost feels like it almost reminds me of almost like a residue from super glue. But I don't think it's that. So it could be however it was hung, because it feels like it's coated. I couldn't tell you if it's coated with like an anti-wear or anti-rust product, but it does feel kind of strange. I'm looking at here where the handle meets the head here, and it feels like it's got a coating on it, almost like a polyurethane coating. So I'm thinking that's how they hung that for either tempering or something of that nature. So a little bit of work with a file would get that cleaned up, make a nice square head on it. So if you need to use it for hammering or something of that nature, I would do a little bit of work on cleaning the top up as well. But I mean, that's being picky. Other than that, I'll be putting this to use in a couple of days because I have a tree in the backyard I got to cut down. Now, here's the problem with this. When you put the sheath back on, there's plenty of times where this gets jammed in there. And then you can't get it out. So that's a pain in the butt. Alright, so the last item on here is also another item I'm not a complete fan of. Because again, I'm picky, and I think for the name on the knife that's there, it should be much better than it is. So hold on, let me get the last item. Alright, thank you for holding. So the last item is the Pro Plus box, which is the K-Tac Corit designed by Doug Markita. He's the guy from Forged in Fire. He's the one that says, "It will kill." So I'm a little iffy on this. One, karambits are illegal in this state, so you can legally own one in your house, but it can't go anywhere else. You can't take it outside, you can't sell it to someone else, you can't show it off, you can't even bring it to a knife show kind of thing. Karambits are illegal in this state. But this is a bit of an odd karambit too, because it's got a strange shape for it. It's not really curved as much as a regular karambit is. It's almost straight, and it's dull. And it's absolutely dull. Maybe that's why they gave me the knife sharpener. Not sure. So let's go over the information on this, and here it is. So I'm going to leave this down here so I can see what's going on. Got its nice sheath. The sheath is nice. The clip is fine. I'm not a big fan of this style clip. But it would make a nice neck knife in that case. Take this off here, hang it by some cordage, and you have a nice neck knife. So this is the blade. Can we see what that says here? Doug Markita Designs. I can't see with the camera in the way. So it's got this black coating on it. It's got this nice 90-degree spine, so if you had like something like a ferrocerium rod, you can use that as a striker. So that's kind of cool. It doesn't really fit my hand that well. The design is actually really nice, but it's almost straight. Let me get a little ruler. I wasn't prepared for this part. So that is barely a karambit. It's almost straight. That actually kind of reminds me of another knife. Well, let me go get it. Hold on for one moment, please. Okay, so this knife is something I purchased. This is a Canadian belt knife by Cold Steel. This is a completely different design than that, but it's also really similar at the same time. So that direction that way and this direction this way is almost the same. I mean, it's within 3 degrees. So it's almost straight. The difference is on the Cold Steel knife, the handle goes in a slightly different direction than the karambit. I mean, there we go. So it is a narrow curve to it. They tell you that the K-Tac features a 190-degree curved blade that allows for efficient cutting and slicing while enhancing its puncturing ability. So if this is 180 degree, which is a straight line, this is 10 degrees difference. Anybody see anything wrong calling that a karambit? So that's a little weird. It is made out of a D2 steel. The overall length is 8.15 inches long. Let's check that. I didn't check it earlier. And I will do a separate review on it when I actually test it. This is just really an unboxing. So yeah, out there. So it is 8.15 inches long. Blade length is a little more than 3 inches long. It says 3.15. Yeah, that's pretty close. One of the things I do not like about this, especially if it's got somebody's major name on there, like Doug Marcaida, the handle is plastic. And it doesn't even feel like quality plastic, for that matter. So, obviously the blade itself is full tang. You see all the way through the center there. But it feels like a cheap plastic. It's slick. So, if you're coming after somebody with this, right, and you get blood on your hands or sweat on your hands, this is going to slide out of your hand. I mean, granted, you got a finger hole at the end, but still. I'm also not a big fan of karambits. Again, they're illegal in the States, so I shouldn't be using one. But yeah, I'm disappointed. D2 steel I have no problems with. I'm disappointed in the handle material and the shallow curvature of this knife. It's cool to have. If anybody wants to trade it with me, I will trade them. But yeah, a little disappointed on the plastic handle. I might go about taking out these hex heads here. I think they're hex. I'm sorry, they're Torx. I will take the Torx out and maybe make a wooden handle, maybe some kind of stabilized material, something that doesn't feel so cheap. So, I don't know. Again, karambits are not my thing anyway. So, I don't mean to be super critical about it, but it's... I don't know. I would more put it as I'm disappointed in the quality. Plus it being absolutely dull. I couldn't even cut... When I tried this in the beginning, I couldn't even cut paper with it. Maybe that's the reason why it comes with a sharpener at Work Sharp. But I couldn't cut paper with it. I couldn't cut food with it. I couldn't cut an apple with it. Yeah, not absolutely thrilled with this. But it is what it is. You know, there are plenty of people that love it. I'm not one of them. So, unfortunately. So that's it. That's Battlebox 118, or Mission 118. So what do I think for the last box of the year? It's okay. It's not horrible. It's not the best, but it's not horrible. Disappointed in the price of some of the items, like the Silcock key. Not a fan of the mat because I'm not going to use it. I'll probably trade it. Not a fan of the karambit. Love the axe. Needs a little bit of work, but I like the axe, the hatchet. And the electrolytes. Electrolytes are awesome too, in my opinion, because I use them a lot. All different brands. So that's now I don't have to pick some more up from a local store. But that is it. Questions or comments, or want to yell at me for saying that the karambit is garbage? Be my guest. It's not probably garbage. It's just I don't like the handle. Simple as that. Questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Which right now is taking about a week. Plus, today's Monday. Christmas is Wednesday. So it's probably going to be a little hectic on that as well. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas to all, and to all a good night.